And welcome back to the EBA Super 64 camp. I'm Marcus Burnett. You're joining us here on Prospects Nation TV as we bring you live action from Court 4. We'll have select games going throughout the entire day here at the 2014 installment of the EBA Super 64 camp. As we tipped off, that's Lorna Caesar with the ball. She's going to get it over to Lindsay Corsero. Been great energy from the outset here. Jada Lewis snatches that one away. Team Black looking inside. Working hard and having it pay off. Number 281, Madison Ferguson. Ferguson out of West Lincolnton High School. Good defense there initially by Jaden McCoy. But the work there by Ferguson able to pay off. There's Corsero putting it on the deck, taking some contact. Can't get the shot to go, but she'll go to the line to shoot too. Corsero out of Indianapolis, Roncalli. No good on that one free throw. Since we're in the camp setting, the one free throw will count as two. So miss or make, it'll be just one. And here's Sarah with the steal and the patient finish. Emily Chang going to get it up top to Paris Lawson. Now a foul called on the floor. Here at day one of the EBA Super 64 camp, we'll have a live video here from Court 4. As I mentioned, tomorrow we'll actually have some interviews with some of the players here at the event, as well as some of the coaching staff, which is filled with a lot of former EBA Super 64 campers that are here now helping others get better. Picking up the pieces and scoring there, number 159, Bailey 11. 11 out of Madison High School in North Carolina. Chang with the steal. Gonna pull up with the mid-range jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net. Number 130, Taylor Wagner. Wagner out of Gulf Coast, Florida. Gulf Coast High School, I should say, in Naples, Florida. Tough drive right there. Again, it's Bailey 11 drawing the contact. Trying to get a trip to the free throw line here. It's that free throw to bounce around and go down. Corsero with it, directing traffic. Gonna use the ball screen, pull up for a jumper. Good work inside. That's number 287, Jaden McCoy. We have a short pause, get a couple substitutions in, a fresh 5 in for both teams. Taya Cooper with the ball. Class of 2015 point guard, recently committed to the University of Tennessee. Sydney Franklin's going to get it over to Taylor Emery. No good on the shot. Good defense there by Emery. Can't get the layup to go. Team White will bring it the other way. It's a good look from three. Counted for number 150, Brianna Locke. Locke out of Flowery Branch High School, nearby Flowery Branch, Georgia. The practice home of the Atlanta Falcons. Nice pass there. Unable to hold on to it. Comes Emery the other way, gonna pull for the elbow jumper, nothing but net. Nice splash there by Taylor Emery out of Freedom High School in Tampa, Florida. Good looking shot there, and she's been active on both ends. She's already gotten a couple steals here in the game. Nice drive along the baseline and the kick. The assist there by number 150, Brianna Locke. Again, number 188 with the bucket. Taya Cooper with the steal. Unselfishness there on the break. Cooper gets the bucket, assisted by Sydney Franklin. Franklin out of Fairfield High School, on the Buckeye State of Ohio. Ball's going to get out of bounds. It'll stay with Team White. Trying to work inside against Cooper, but to no avail. She blocks it out of there. Taylor Cooper with all of the different accolades that she gets offensively, with her strength, ability to handle the ball and score from various points on the floor. Her defensive prowess is something that's very impressive when you look at her as a prospect. And a verbal commitment to the University of Tennessee. We see the spin move there a little bit too strong on the shot. Here comes Adriana Murphy the other way. Splash inside, number 188. That ball's going to be lost out of bounds. It'll go back over to Team White. And the number 188 we were referring to was Leah DePriest. DePriest playing with the upper class division as well. You'll see her in the underclass division also. Driving to the rack and being fouled on that play, number 59, Alyssa Clay. Another Hoosier State representative here. Good on the free throw. Here's Jada Lewis. We've already had Lewis on several Prospects Nation TV webcasts. She's been a member of that Team Pointer Elite squad that has been somewhat of a fixture on Championship Sunday here early in the spring-summer season. Played her high school ball at McEachern high school teammate of Taya Cooper. Corsero with it. Here's Wagner guarded by Lewis. She's going to hand it off to Clay. Nice defense, good contest, but not good enough as we see the tough shot knocked down by number 130, Taylor Wagner. Again, Wagner out of Gulf Coast High School. She's going to get a freebie here. She's got the last 5 points for Team White. Still right there by Alyssa Clay. Team White's off and running. They've opened up a 21-9 advantage. Corsero a little bit too strong on that chip shot. .30 and counting till we get to halftime of this one. Active hands there to steal by Jaden McCoy. Takes it coast to coast and finishes. Nice sequence there by McCoy. Lawson going to kick it out the chain for an open three. That one just off the front of the rim. Clay's going to get it to a running Lorna Caesar. As it'll send Caesar to the free throw line. Brandon Clay joining us back here on the mic. Brandon, I appreciate you joining me, but with all of this talent spread across these different courts, man, I know it's a sacrifice to have to sit down in one spot, man.
It's great. I was just sitting across the way with our athletic trainer, Yessie Combs, and Diamond Shizu. She walks in front of us. We were just sitting there chopping it up and watching the other game. You know, we talked about Erica Castell during the first game. She's over there playing well. Abby Wright, who was a star at the Coach Hemi Showcase back in the springtime. It was just good basketball out here. I was kind of peeking and keeping an eye out here. The white team has really gotten out and been able to push the floor, it looks like, just tempo-wise. You know, you look at the score, and it's more an indication, I think, of the tempo of the game. You know, you've got, you know, Lawson and Cooper and Lewis, some kids who can kind of get it rolling at any moment, but at the time being, the white team has just been able to get up and down the floor.
Lindsay Corsero headed to the free throw line. We're going to have some more substitutions. We'll get those to you. Corsero at the free throw line for Team White. Also into the game, number 50, Sydney Ross. Number 1, Adriana Murphy. Number 139, Hannah Eaglin.
That's a good shot. She's really worked on that, Lindsay has. She came to our National Fall Showcase back during the fall eval weekend and spent about 35 minutes after it was over, before her flight back to Indianapolis, working with Adrienne Penland, Christian Simmons on that very thing, just her shot, making sure her elbow was under every time, doing all the things that you would want a kid to do at this level.
Yeah, man, she's a Hoosier, man. You should know to expect it.
I thought that was a football state, Marcus.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. Like they say, man, a hoop in every driveway, regardless of whether somebody in that residence plays basketball or not.
It's just there for decoration.
It's going to be there, man.
I love it. We talked about, you mentioned Murphy, man, another kid staying in state there. And her ability to, we talked about pushing the tempo. You see her go right to the outlet now and look to bring the ball up the floor. She's a kid in the 2015 class that I really like. Know she's going to have an opportunity to visit Denver this month, but I think that's a kid that long-term is going to have an opportunity to be pretty good at the collegiate level. You know, maybe lacks an inch or two, but man, she just plays so hard, so skilled, and her ability to distribute and get people involved is really unique.
Been able to have her on several Prospects Nation TV webcasts as a member of that Indiana Elite Bailey squad. She sets it up right now.
Just that pass right there. You know, just that little left-handed dump-in pass for the Horns, and off of that action, you end up getting a wide-open Eaglin three. They just have, in terms of the way that this group is playing together, they're clicking on all cylinders. As you see Cooper, goodness gracious, boy, you got to love the way she gets to the rim. But you're seeing the white team really clicking already, playing well, playing fluidly, almost as if they're a unit all the time, right? Look at that, with the right hand that time on the Horns. That is a hard pass to make, people. That little entry bounce pass, and to put it right where she's putting it in the pot, great pass. Oh, didn't grab the catch. That's a great pass looking ahead there.
Nice pace going here.
Ooh, give me that. Taylor Emery. Repping CFE.
finish on the other side by Taya Cooper, as we mentioned, recently committed to University of Tennessee.
That's great. Emery's a kid that's no stranger to us. Like we said, played with CFE last summer, actually playing with FGB this summer, down there with Kenny Kalina and that group out of Florida, and then Lloyd Paholke over at Freedom High School. So, like I said, a lot of familiar names, man, whether it be Murphy, whether it be Emery, Alex Sadler down there defending the post right now. You've got a lot of different kids that we're really familiar with.
That's Leah DePriest with the bucket inside there. DePriest out of Palmer, Alaska.
We talked about that Alaska contingent coming down in the last game, and that's definitely one of them. Oh, my goodness. She's waiting on Cooper, but Cooper's going to get to the line. That's a great move there.
Very quick spin. Taya Cooper, anybody that's seen her, no stranger to her wiggle and ability to handle the ball.
Well, and honestly, Marcus, I was out in Colorado. It's one of the reasons why she's on the team, this year. It's interesting how, that team will change over at times. From the 16s to the 17s, they kept 6 of the original 12 and 6 new pieces. Taya Cooper is one of those new pieces, and for reasons like that, she's put in. I talked to her and her father about her workout regimen the other day as this half comes to an end, see if she can get a bucket to close it out. But, hot yoga, weightlifting, obviously shots and workouts, and some of those different things that, are kind of non-traditional. Who does hot yoga twice a week for 90 minutes? But all in part to make sure she's in the best shape she can be in, and then have an opportunity now to be able to play on this USA basketball team.
Well, you can check that box, mission accomplished. That's going to bring us to halftime. Stick with us. We'll bring you the second half here live from Court 4. And welcome back as we get ready to start the second half. Ball stolen away. It's McCoy with it. McCoy's been nice and active on the defensive end for the white team here. Has also done a good job of being able to go coast to coast and finish. Strong rebound inside there by Corsero. Looks like she's going to be fouled by Taylor Emery. Of course, it'll stay with Team White. 32-15 advantage in favor of the white team. Taylor Wagner, she's been stroking it from the outside. Saw a well-defended possession by her in the first half. Jada Lewis defending. Great defense, good contest. Didn't matter. As Wagner was able to knock it down. Saw her knock down the two-pointer on that last possession. So doing a great job shooting the ball from outside here. Representing the Sunshine State. Lewis going to inbound it to Cooper. Doesn't take her long. The McEachern to McEachern connection there. Lewis with the assist. Cooper with the finish. Team Black with it. Sydney Franklin has the ball. Gets it over to Lewis. Lewis looking inside. Unable to connect there with Madison Ferguson, but it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Team White. Cooper has it. Again, they're trying to get it inside to Ferguson. Jaden McCoy with her work cut out for her inside. So far, she's definitely been up to the challenge. Ball last touched by Alyssa Clay. Deep two-pointer, just short. Emery with the rebound. That's foul going to go against McCoy, so that will send Emery to the free throw line. We'll be back shortly with more commentary in the interim. Enjoy the live video here from the EBA Super 64 camp. We'll be back shortly. back here. Thanks again for joining us on Prospects Nation TV, live from the EBA Super 64 camp as we see Lindsay Corsero earning another trip to the free throw line.
Her game is so diverse. You know, we are very accustomed in this world of evaluating to giving kids a specialty. So-and-so does this really well. So-and-so does that. She is a shooter. She is a defender. She is a slasher. She's a distributor. You know, we talk a lot about what kids do in a specialist role. Corsaro doesn't have a definitive specialty like that. She's just really good at everything. She does a little bit of everything. We call those jacks of all trades. And in that regard, it puts me on the mind, honestly, of you think about like Scottie Pippen and the impact of the Bulls in terms of just doing a little bit of everything. Could be some on the ball, could be off, could be being a defender, could be slashing. You know, one of the things we talked about with her was going to be her ability to make the open shot. Now she's added that and really has put herself in that category of being a jack of all trades and being able to do everything. Great move there by Cooper.
Cooper with back-to-back buckets, making them look very easy button-like, if I might add.
Well, her ability to get downhill, but then her strength as well. You know, I think it's the combination of both. She has great feet, and her footwork is awesome. You watch her feet, and you watch her ball skill. Good move there by Clay. But then you see Cooper's strength. So even if you're able to stay with her feet to feet, per se, you've still got to be stronger than her, and that's a real challenge.
I've been impressed by the play of Jaden McCoy, who we see knocking down the baby jumper there. She's been very active on the defensive end and has done a good job inside on the glass.
Well, I actually watched McCoy during our preseason shootout that was here at Swanee over there on Court 1 with Tennessee Extreme and Drew Little, and was really impressed with just her overall game, her style of play, and her ability to make plays. You see Corsaro attack the rim there. You know, but McCoy's size, good hands, very different game than, say, a Shelby Gibson that we talked about earlier, but very much the same type of impact in terms of what she can do during the course of the game for your team.
You have some substitutions. Nice assist there, threading the needle on the bounce pass was Taya Cooper. The finish by Taylor Emery. Both of them going to have a breather as we have a fresh batch of substitutions in for both teams.
Well, you got Cooper, Lewis, and then Emery, Lewis being Jada, that is. You know, and that's a group that when they get rolling, or whether it be later on today or even tomorrow, is going to put themselves in a pretty good position to be able to be productive throughout the course of the weekend. This game score notwithstanding, I thought the white team got rolling early and just was able to never look back. You see the black team has played the second half almost on even pace, but just dug themselves a hole in the first half. But those three together should be fun to watch, like I said, later on today and then tomorrow as well.
Three-pointer on the way, bounces around, won't go down for Team Black.
Well, I like Paris Lawson in there in the middle, man. Number 55 wearing, you know, kind of the light purple shorts there, but just her willingness to get in there and try to rebound on the interior was impressive right there. She was right in the mix.
In the mix right there, coming the other way, number 138 for Team Black. Shania Johnson. Shot inside off the window for Bailey Lovin.
That's a good shot there for Lovin. Played with that mixed forces team that was over there with us at the Mayday Challenge. Her teammate Brooklyn Allen also here at camp. She earned her invite during the course of that tournament. You can see why with moves like that.
Three-pointers off. Attempted box out to keep Leah Duprice out of there. Attempted being the operative word. She works and gets the bucket.
It's so hard because she's just got that good size, man. And once again, good feet. You see her getting up and down the floor right here. I was just working with, you know, Ruthie Ebert on the other side there inside the drill work. We'll see her in the next session. But there's skill work, you know, coming from across the country, literally, to be a part of camp and showing why they came so far here early.
So it looks like Murphy's going to be called for the foul there.
Great energy both ways, both in the push there by Lovin and then Murphy not to let her get a clean, easy look there on the basket.
So Lovin at the free throw line.
Now, what are your thoughts on game one, Marcus? That we got air conditioning in here today, so not a concern here, man. But what'd you think about the game? And it was like 92 degrees, man.
I tell you what, man, we're in tune for a very good series. You have to think about the scoring ability. I've never seen a game be that good with the high amount of turnovers that San Antonio had. It wasn't like it was a sloppy game. Both teams were scoring it.
That's a great point, man.
I just feel sorry for LeBron James, man. Has there ever been a more scrutinized specimen in sports?
No, but you know what my counter is, with the exception of, say, Kevin Garnett, who got that last big deal before the new CBA, has there ever been a higher paid athlete? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. To whom much is given, much is expected, man. He comes back in for one possession, leaves boys D out in his dust, cramps again, and still gets killed, man. He can't win for losing, right?
No, not at all, man. Not at all.
That's a great shot there by Locke. She's really improved her game. Number 150 there in the white, Brianna Locke from out of Flowery Branch. So a local kid, good move, Johnson. But she really has improved her game, her ability to stretch the floor now. Been kind of scoring it in the post, even with some half-hook stuff, dating back to EBA top 40 and Coach Hemi Marcus. But now she's showing that she can shoot that jumper and make herself a really tough cover for defenses.
We're approaching the final 20 seconds or so. That jump shot off by DePriest. Bounce pass ahead to Johnson, who's uses the weight room there. Appreciate your heart, Murphy.
Oh, I love that right there. That's why she's in the Elite 60 in 2016. Came down from up top, representing Exodus Hoops here, and you can see why we got her play so highly. Her ability to take that bump, similar to what we talked about in Cooper, even though they're different players with different styles. When you start to have people playing defense as hard as Murphy's going to play it, and you're still able to take that contact and finish, that ain't nothing but respect for your game.
Most definitely. Much respect to all the participants here at the EBA Super 64. That'll do it for this camp game. Stick with us as we have two more coming up from the 2015-2016 division here day one. Thanks for joining us.